Chainsaw Man is exactly what you would expect from a series where a guy can turn into a chainsaw-wielding monster superhero, an unpretentious, gory, horror-filled splatter comedy full of likable characters, wicked monsters, and bad guys to slay, and a rocking soundtrack set to a host of simply fantastic songs wrapped up with pleasing animation. Following a young man named Denji, after being left for dead and betrayed by the Yakuza bastards who ruined his life, thanks to his best and only friend's sacrifice, he is reborn as something not quite devil nor human, but all kick-ass, Chainsaw Man. However, after freeing himself from one life of indentured servitude, it's traded for another, but this time at the hands of a seemingly sweet yet sinister motherly figure by the name of Makima, as Denji is forcibly hired into a special organization to hunt down other demons to protect humanity. The story is fantastic pulp, which goes quickly from Monster of the Week to a more focused plot where Denji is teamed up with a strict and demon-hating yet caring Aki, as well as the fan and personal favorite troublemaking, smelly blood fiend by the name of Power, as they are all dead set on hunting down the terrifying Gun Devil, all for different reasons. While the main trio of characters are a likable treat of growing personalities that slowly start to care about each other, the rest of the world is rounded out with the rest of the Division 4 misfits, which consist of the tragically pathetic Kobeni, who is the resident crouching moron hidden badass of the group, the talentless but hardworking Arai, and my chain ciggy smoking, booze binge drinking, eye pitch wearing wife Himeno, along with the mysteriously terrifying motherly Makima, and the hard-ass and father mentor figure Kishibe to round out the heroes, and the villains filled with terrifying devils and humans alike, all out for their own villainous goals. The entire cast is filled with incredibly likable and sympathetic heroes, and utterly detestable villains, all of which are really well written. Action-wise, the series is an absolute treat, filled with chainsaws tearing through bad guys and plenty of gore. Every action scene is fast-paced and frantically violent, and even sometimes filled with dark comedy as a sprinkle on top. When it comes to the animation, outside of some slightly awkward 3D bits of animation here and there, the anime looks great. While I do wish that it kept a bit more of the manga's outlandish elements for the art style, I will admit the cinematic aesthetic change-up still makes things look and feel great to view. Overall, it's a really nice looking anime, especially with the fact that each of the credit sequences have their own animation styles. The voice acting is simply fantastic, with each character's voice in the sub sounding exactly how you think they'd sound. And even with the likes of Kobeni's voice, which is adorably grating, none of the VAs sounded bad at all, and all the sound effects sounded really good. But what really stole the show is the absolutely addicting soundtrack. From the OP kickback to the fact that each outro had its own theme, it was all wonderful to listen to. And with all that said, Chainsaw Man is an absolute treat of a mainstream anime, full of memorable characters, over-the-top fights, tragic twists and turns, and an absorbing plot. If you're looking for something that isn't the usual flavor of the month anime shonen stuff, definitely check this out. As always, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider sharing with your friends and subscribing to the channel to see more. I want to give a huge thank you to not only the show's patrons, but also Orion Knight for doing up the art and rig of Punish Neat, Alexander for doing the show's intro theme, and my friend Alex for making the thumbnail design. Their social media and my Patreon will be linked in the description down below. If you have any comments, questions, or recommendations, leave them down below as I read and reply to everything. Until next time, this is Thierry Williamson signing off until the next video. See you guys!